Hello everyone, welcome to your greatest YouTuber. Hello to all the people from the world, from Asia, Africa, Europe, and Australia. Anything that I haven't mentioned, sorry. Um, you're always in my heart, all of you. Right, let's come back to our IPv4 sessions. So, IPv4 session. So if anyone doesn't know what IPv4 is, it's a part of CCNA, a part of IT as a whole, and it's a part of network. And when I say network, it's computer networks. Right. If someone wants to learn computers, they have to start from the basic. This is slightly a higher level in a sense. So anyone from the IT field or they are in computers, they are more than welcome to watch the video. Anyone can watch the video if they can make something out of it. Right. So there we go. Right. Today we have got an IP address, and I'm gonna give a simple one today. 192.168. Everyone, you know what this is? It's a Class C address. Remember, Class C. Don't forget that. So as we have discussed classes before, so just a recap, 192.168.34.69. Ta-da! And luckily we have got our subnet mask as well. So 255.255.255. It carries on and on and on. .128. So that's our Class C IP address, and that's our subnet mask. Anyone who is watching it for the first time, they can go into my channel, Fraz.Mansoor, and go into the networking fundamental videos, and it's in ascending order. So that will be the last video posted there. So yeah, you can see all the videos from down there and check and see. So I have been very focused on IPv4 session and subnetting. I've discussed some basic aspects as well, like router, OSI, other bits and pieces. So this is just like a taster to move you in to the world of networks and IT and Cisco's, and rest of the power or rest of the intelligence or rest of the effort that you put in will make you an ideal candidate to actually move into IT and do these certifications and learn the skills. So what is our question today? So we have to find out first host. So question mark. So we say first valid host. Thank you. Very important. Hello, you there. Hello, hello. Listen. Right. And then we have to find out the network. So network where this particular IP address is. So we are finding two things. First valid host in this scenario, and then we have to find out the network where this Class C IP address resides. Right. So let's begin then. So first thing that we know is that our subnet mask is this. So similarly, subnet mask is 255.255. Remember. Keep on repeating in your brain. It's brainstorming, and then you will know. So that's a Class C subnet mask, remember. That's a class C IP address. That's a class C subnet mask, right? It will help you a lot in your N plus or networking objectives that you're going to do for your CCNA and ICND. ICND, some part of it is still left, but the new CCNA, if I talk about, I'm not going to talk more about the legacy systems because simply they are history now. Right, so now let's see. That's 128 here. So we will apply the 256 rule. Thank you. 256 rule has been mentioned a lot in my videos, and it's a rule that I invented for my idea of subnetting. So I mean, other people might have still invented it, but yeah. So 256 subtract 128. So anything that we get from here is very vital for us to actually know what will be our network and what will be our ranges. And right, so the answer is 128. So simply what we usually do is, now that I know that it's 128, I'm gonna start forming my ranges and subnets. So there we go. So just I'll save some space. So when I say about ranges, so ranges will be 0 and 128, and usually you carry on like this, and then you have 255. So that's our range. Now when I say that, what networks we have found out, or the subnet, so let's see what possible networks we have here. So our network is going to be, so when I say network, we have to write the whole network here, 192 dot, as you know, here, 192.168.34. So we'll leave this portion till here. That's where this is the area where our new networks or the ranges will be. So just not to confuse you a lot, that you have to put your range in the 4th octet, which is this one. Remember, so we are working on this octet here to find out our network ranges and the first valid host, because it's what class C address. So in class C, we always work in the 4th octet here, unless you have a different subnet mask and then your requirements change. So right, 192. So just copy the IP address till the 3rd octet. So first octet, 2nd octet, 3rd octet, and that's the 4th one. So 34, as we mentioned here, ranges was 0 and 128. So we just start putting these ranges in the last octet. So it will remain the same, 192.168.34. Class C subnetting is fairly and very easy. It's just common sense that resides in that area. So similarly, 192.168.34.128, and we'll carry on. Now, when we say that first host and the network, so our first host will be, so this supposedly, let me just have a look. So first, this is the IP address that we have. Now we have to see where it falls in. So it's a .69. So .69 is going to be in between 0 and 128. Fine. So our IP address 192.168.34.69 comes in between these two networks that we have just found out. So it actually resides in these two networks. So the network that we are finding is this one, 192.168. So that's our network here. So that's first part done. Hello, you there? Yeah. So that's the first part done. Ta-da! Some people will call it network. Some people will call it subnet. Yeah, so network, subnet, whatever is more easier for you. So that's the subnet that we have just found out, the first part of the question, that our IP address 31.69, 34.69 is going to be in. Now, in order to mention the answer, I'll cut it short here. So anyone has an idea what will be our answer? Anyone has an idea what should be our answer? Calculate. You carry on. Anyone calculating? No? Okay, it's fine. I'll let you know. But next time you have to. Right. So as we know, what will be the first valid host? So that's our subnet. So obviously it's fairly easy. Our first host is going to be 192.168.34.1. And remember, all of this that I'm doing here, which I've taken 9 or 10 minutes in explaining a little bit, you have to do it in 60 seconds, between 40 to 60 seconds. It depends on your speed and your brain, that you have to work these things out in your brain, and you have to be very fast in the exams, and they will give you a rough sheet or something where you can actually practice them. If they don't, you have to just work out inside your mind. So okay, and then start thinking, okay, right, 192.168, yeah, that's a class C address. Yeah, that's a class C subnet mask, and this will happen. Okay, what I have to find out? I have to find out the first host, then I have to find out the network. So two things that you should know is you should know your classes and what class subnet mask it is, and what does the troubleshooting or the question is. So first valid host we have to find out. So first we need to know our requirements, what we are finding out, and then we do these ranges. So now that we know that we have got our range, so 192 oh, too much cough coming in. 192.168.34.1. That's our answer here. Now, just to give you a brief idea. So now that we have found out, supposedly here, that this is our network, and the ranges will go till 128. So when I say 34.1, 34.2, so it will carry on. So supposedly, I'm just going to give you a scenario here. In a sense, just a little bit, how does these ranges work? So ranges, so our subnet mask is, I'm going to try to keep it short. The video has gone a bit longer, but just to let you know, why are we finding out the ranges? Has anyone asked? No. So why are we finding them out? So .5 supposedly. So supposedly we are in a bus topology. That's my PC number 1. That's my PC number 2. So I'm just giving a brief scenario. That's my PC number 4. PC or a laptop. PC, PC, PC. So PC1, PC2, PC3. So I'm just talking about allocations. So that's supposedly the bus topology which is happening. So that's PC4. So remember this. After finding out our ranges, our ranges will be moved like this. So this will be 192.168.34.1. This is going to be 34.2, 192.168. This is going to be 34.3. So this is how our ranges are going to be allocated to different devices, to different devices in our network. So just to let you know, so we are doing it for a purpose. It's not just to learn. So we have found out our network, we know our requirements, and then we know what the first valid host is, that this one. So our first valid so our first valid host is here. So I'm going to give it to my PC 1. Supposedly in a network, it's a very simple and a normal network. Just to let you know, bus topologies are not even used anymore, but just to let you know, if you're inside your home network, how will this allocation be done? So that belongs to your PC. Dot 2 will belong to your PC2 if you have another one, or a laptop. And then dot 3 will belong to your mobile. Dot 4 will belong to your iPad. So this is how it will, and one of the main subnets or the addresses that are using will belong to your switch, router, and then when I say switch, just to let you know that switches in with capability as a router, because switch actually has MAC address, and that's another area we'll be looking at when we study switch. So yeah, so these are IP addresses which are being allocated. So we'll be studying a layer 2 switch and layer 3 SVIs. Hello. Yeah, that's slightly a higher concept, but we still will be covering it. So yeah, so this is how the allocation is working. So it will carry on, and there's different networks involved inside it, different subnets are involved, and you got so many usable hosts inside it. So it completely depends on your topology, how you're going to. So this is very fairly and basically simple. I'm trying to move you into an area where you start learning these little bit of diagrams and topologies and network, because they are so important, because you'll be doing the virtual learning through CPT, Cisco Packet Tracer, or GNS3, or Practical Lab. You can buy it through eBay and other places as well. So it will help you a lot. Thank you so much for watching video. Sorry, it's gone a bit longer. And just keep on revising and repeating the video, and let's see how it goes. But then again, this is just a taster. If you need to reach there, you need to try more harder, learn more harder. Thank you so much. Bye.